Welcome back to the Bored Blondes podcast. I'm Aubrey.
Why are you so aggressive?
I don't know.
And I'm Randa. There's 9 days left till Christmas.
Woo!
We are getting closer to the countdown
Y'all-
of Christmas.
Y'all missed our staring contest.
I won.
Before, what?
Huh?
How did you win?
Because you went, welcome back to the Bored Blondes. Motherfucker, I won. You looked to win
Motherfucker, I win. I had to start the podcast, so we were awkwardly just
Staring at each
lovingly
other.
staring into each other's eyes.
Hey, sometimes you just gotta do that. Okay? Sometimes it's necessary and needed.
My autism doesn't like it.
Dude, that's true. That's true.
Do not make direct eye contact.
You don't see me, or I don't see you, you don't see me. How does that go? What am I trying to say? What's the saying?
If I can't see you, you can't see me.
Didn't I say that?
I
Whoever.
don't know.
What are
Anyway.
we doing today, Aubrey?
We're here.
Hey, a break. Hey, a break. Hey, a break. Hey, a break. Hey, hey, hey.
We're here
to
give you a
about
disclaimer.
Your extended car's warranty. Extended car's warranty.
Car's extended warranty.
Here's what I found.
Oh,
Here's what I found. No one asked you.
Ricky,
Disclaimer.
Ricky tried that on me yesterday, and I was like, nah, sorry, my car's too old.
Facts. True.
Disclaimer.
Had your kids.
Had your wife.
Had your wives. We are talking about the origin of Santa Claus.
It's not my fault if little ears are around.
Yes. Put them away.
Put them away. All right,
Dude,
anyway.
I have really tiny ears.
You
too.
do.
But yeah, we are going to be talking about the origin of Santa Claus and how it became Santa Claus. So, if you have your children listen.
Headphones might be a good idea.
Yes. Not that we're not really a children's channel, so if
We're
you're
not.
listening
So
to-
if you're watching this with your kids, reevaluate.
Correct.
I can't say much.
Ella doesn't watch. She's asked, but I just said no.
Ricky tends to watch with Hope in the area, so.
Well, all right, I guess I lied because I also, like, in the morning, like, on Mondays when it comes out, like, I'll watch it on YouTube and just, like, because, one, we do it, so I know what we talk about, and then we edit it together, so I know what we talk about, and then while we edit, we pull clips together, so I know what we're talking about, so sometimes I just, like, play it to play it, but also, like, I want to rewatch it.
Right.
So I'll do it, like, in the morning while we're getting ready for school
I
or
listen
something.
to it while I'm at work.
But, yeah. Which is really funny because you usually listen to it on Apple Podcasts. And
Yes.
I watch it on YouTube. And it's so funny because that's how we originally started.
Yes.
Because when I had asked you about
I
doing
wanted to
this, you're like,
podcast.
oh, I've always wanted to do a podcast. And I was
And
like,
you wanted to
I
YouTube.
wanted a YouTube channel. So it's funny how you watch it. Yeah. Or you listen to it on your...
It's also really funny because I have started listening to my podcast at 1.25 speed, and it's great. I love it. I fly through my podcast. I can still understand exactly what they're saying. I can still gather all the information.
Right. It doesn't take as long to listen to it.
And then I get to ours, and it's like, I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
You're like, this is too... We do talk fast.
I know.
We talk very
Slow down,
fast.
slow down, slow down.
Sometimes I talk so fast and so much that I forget that I have to breathe. So that I'm talking and then I'm like out of fucking breath because I'm not breathing while I'm talking. Like right now, like, oh my god. It's bad. I have a problem. I have a problem.
All right, let's jump into this. We all know the story of Saint Nick, Father Christmas, Kris Kringle, or Santa Claus, whatever you decide to call him. But do you really know where the legend came from?
Dun dun
Dun!
dun.
My paragraph was easy. Your turn.
Literally. Is that why you wanted to start?
Yep.
I don't know if I'm ready for this, you guys.
Are you ready for this?
Santa Claus originated from folklore traditions from the 4th century Christian bishop Saint Nicholas,
Saint Nicholas.
but also shares similarities with the English figure Father Christmas.
Grimace.
Most mistake them for the same person.
Are you telling me they're not the same person?
I'm telling you they are not.
Okay.
Here's why. Saint Nicholas is the patron saint of children and became known for his generosity and secret gift giving. I wonder, that sounds a lot like Santa Claus.
Right.
His gift giving. One of the most well-known stories is that of saving 3 sisters from prostitution. He did so by dropping a sack.
You didn't want to?
Sorry. I didn't mean to pause there, but it's so funny. He did it by dropping a sack. His what? He did so by dropping a sack of gold coins through the window of their house each night for 3 consecutive nights.
That sounds a lot better.
He dropped a sack. This allowed their father to pay a dowry for each of them, securing a groom instead of selling them to prostitution. That is insane. I'm so glad I no longer live in that time period.
I was just thinking the same thing.
It's a little much.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little much. In the Middle Ages, children were given gifts in honor in his most often on the evening before his name day, which was on December 6th. And name day is the day that he became a saint. Right? I think that's what we researched.
I believe
Wasn't that
so.
correct? Yeah. The tradition of gifting...
I don't know. We've been working on this for weeks now.
Listen here. We finished this before we filmed today.
Literally. Literally.
It was rough. The tradition of gifting to children was popularized by Martin Luther, not to be confused with Martin Luther King Jr. Just saying. This Martin Luther was a German priest who theologically...
Say that 3 times fast.
formed the base of Lutheranism. Martin Luther suggested that Christ-kind.
Christ kind. Christ kind.
Crispy kind. Christ kind. That's stupid. What does that mean again? I had a problem. We're good. Martin Luther suggested that Christ kind was the bringer of gifts. Gifts? We starting already, bruh. I can't. At one point, we're gonna have to memorize these.
But then our compilation of every time Randa trips over her words just goes right into the trash.
That's facts. You're welcome, guys.
Anyway.
To bring...
We're going to Whoville.
I should have worn my sweatshirt that says I'd rather be in Whoville. To bring interest to the children to Christ instead of the saints, as in alternative.
Alternative? Ultra-native!
I knew it was the word too, and I totally still fucked it up. Why did I read it like that? Ultra-native. The gift giving was moved to December 24th and 25th. You can read the rest of this. Give the fuck up. Ultra-native. I'm fucking stupid. Listen here, motherfucker, okay? Listen here. Ultra-native.
As an ultra-native.
Christ kind.
I'm crying.
Do you hear me wheezing? Wheezy a baby. Again. wheezing this morning while we were researching, and I was like, whoa. Only one of us can have a wheezy laugh. And then she was like, yeah, but we both snort when we laugh. Yoo-hoo!
Pick some blow up.
I can't breathe. Oh,
There's your ab workout for the day.
if you were here in our last episode, you would have heard me say, almost every episode we go, yoo-hoo, big summer blowout. Because we laugh so hard, and then we go, ooh. Ultranative.
Ultranative.
So stupid. It's really funny because I read really well in my head. I just can't read it out loud. I know the word. I knew it was alternative.
Ultranative. Would you like an ultranative to reading?
I would like an alternative to reading, please. As in, I don't fucking do it. You do.
Okay, here we go.
Ooh.
Father Christmas is the personification of Christmas. In the mid-17th century, in the aftermath of the English Civil War, is when Father Christmas first appeared. Are you okay?
No. It's so funny. I can't. I was going to say something too, and I totally forgot. I was trying to hold in my laugh as it didn't work.
The Puritan-controlled English government abolished Christmas. Abolished Christmas and outlawed its traditions. But the royalist political pamphleteers adopted Father Christmas to symbolize the good old days of feasting and good cheer. In the 1850s, Father Christmas started to take on the attributes of Santa Claus, and by the early 20... By the early 20...
Okay, Mike Tyson.
Early 20... I jumped over the 20 and just earlier. The early 20th century Father Christmas and Santa Claus became synonymous.
Similar.
Cinnamon. Us. Cinnamonous.
Literally. You may continue reading. I gave up.
The first time Santa Claus was described
Here comes Santa Claus. Here comes
riding
Santa
on a
Claus.
sleigh pulled by reindeer and bringing gifts to children was in 1821 in a poem that was anonymously written called Old Santa Claus
Sante.
with much delight.
Who names this shit?
Somebody from 1821.
Clearly.
21. On December 23rd. (23rd) 1823. Another anonymous poem was published in Troy, New York, called A Visit from St. Nicholas, which brought many modern-day ideas of Santa Claus. This poem is more commonly known today as The Night Before Christmas.
'Twas the night before Christmas.
Christmas.
And all
In
through
this
the house.
poem, all of the reindeer had the same names we know today, except for Donner and Blitzen.
What were their names?
Their original names were Dunder and Bliksem.
Who?
Dunder and Bliksem, which were the old Dutch words for thunder and lightning.
Ooh.
Their names were later changed to sound more German. By 18...
So Donner and Blitzen sounds German?
Apparently.
Says who?
This here paper.
This here paper. The research that we did.
Correct.
That's who says.
By 1845, Kris Kringle was also a common variant of Santa Claus in parts of the United States. The first artist to depict Santa Claus as a large and heavy-set person was Thomas Nast, who was a
You little
19th
nasty.
century German-born American cartoonist. Cartoonist.
Cartoonist.
Santa Claus was immortalized by Nast in the January 3rd, 1863 issue of Harper's Weekly.
Harper's Bazaar.
What?
Huh?
What did you say?
Is it Harper's Bazaar a magazine?
I have no idea.
I think it is.
I have no idea.
I think that's what Nikki said. I said what I
Minaj?
said. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I said what I said.
Okay. In the cartoon, Santa was drawn wearing an American flag while holding a puppet with Jeff written on it to reflect. I knew it was coming. In Civil War context, Santa was also in a sled pulled by reindeer. The idea of Santa Claus living at the North Pole may also have been a Nast creation. His collage of engravings was published on December 29th of 1866 and were titled Santa Claus and His Work, which included a caption, Santa Clausville, N.P. A poem published in 1869 by George P. Webster, also titled Santa Claus and His Work, wrote that Santa Claus's home was near the North Pole in the ice and snow. The tale of Santa living in the North Pole became very well known by the 1870s. The idea of Mrs. Claus may have been a creation of an American author, Catherine Lee Bates, a poet, popularized Mrs. Claus in her poem Goody Santa Claus on a Sleigh Ride in 1889.
89. Not the mama.
Not the mama.
Alternative.
Ultra native.
Listen here.
Are those for the natives that are ultra?
Yes.
Like the super natives.
Yes.
Super native.
Yes.
Great.
You heard.
L. Frank Baum. I'm going to say Baum. Baum. I'm going to say Baum.
Baum.
Published a children's book in Published a children's book in 1902 called The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus.
I want to read these books.
Same.
We should get them and read them.
Let's do it. In the book, it describes Santa having a home in the Laughing Valley of Ho-Ha-Ho.
Oh.
10 reindeer.
With 10
10 reindeer.
Oh, I wonder what happened to the other reindeer, because there's only 9. 8, and then Rudolph is the 9th. So what happened to the 10th one?
Venison. Santa Claus's immortality and title
Facts.
were decided by a vote by those naturally immortal. The book also describes the master woodsman of the world, explaining to Santa the poverty and misery of children in the world. After Santa tries to find a way to bring joy to all children and does so by inventing toys. 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 He was later described as the most mighty and loyal friend of children.
Sounds a little creepy.
I was gonna say that. Haddon Sundblom depicted Santa Claus for a Christmas advertisement in the 1930s for the Coca-Cola Company.
Ooh.
This started conspiracy theory that the Coca-Cola Company invented Santa Claus and that he wears red and white because they are the colors used in the Coca-Cola brand.
Coca-Cola. You know that Coke actually had Coke in it?
Correct.
Isn't that weird?
I would like the old recipe. No, I'm just kidding. Pepsi Cola was
Hold on. I was going to say, no wonder why everyone in that time was like fucking like...
accurate.
And like, you know what I mean?
Accurate.
Like, slow the fuck down.
Wee!
Like, they were all fucking jacked.
Mom needs a Coke.
Okay, Mom.
Pepsi Cola used similar paintings of Santa Claus in its 1940s and 50s advertisements, but Coca-Cola was not the first soft drink company to use the image of Santa Claus in advertisement. White Rock Beverages used a monochrome Santa in 1915 advertisements for mineral water.
Sounds gross.
Yeah, it does.
White Rock is also like a tongue twister.
White Rock.
White Walk.
White Rock.
White Walk.
Wow, 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 wow. The image of Santa Claus became associated with charities and philanthropy. Most popularly associated
that word up.
with the
I know that
Salvation
word hates to
Army.
see me coming. What did you say? What did you say?
Most popularly associated with the Salvation Army.
No, but did you hear what I said, though? I said, I know that word hates to see me coming.
Yes.
Yeah.
As part of fundraising to help needy families at Christmas time, volunteers would dress up as Santa Claus. They're there.
I'm hit. I'm down.
Man down.
My fucking funny bone. That shit's not funny. My weenus.
No, it's humorous.
Humorous is in your leg. You motherfucker.
This is
like it.
This is your humorous.
You're wrong.
And this is Dilma.
All these nuts. You're like, bitch, you're not
The
funny.
ulna is the U shape that creates your elbow.
Okay, Dr. Phil.
The nerve that you hit is I believe it's humoratic or
I typed in hummus.
hummus. It's the hummus. Anyway, that's why it's called the funny bone, because it's the nerve at the end of your humerus. Did it hurt?
Yeah, it hurt.
When you Googled it and figured out that I was right?
Long bone in the upper arm that runs from the elbow to the shoulder.
The elbow to the shoulder.
You were wrong.
The elbow.
Yes, I said what
elbow to the shoulder. Guys, this is your shoulder.
Fuck you.
I did say your humoratic nerve.
You whore.
As I was I am not a whore. You know.
Oh,
bitch.
Oh, okay. You took it a little too far. This is supposed to be the origin of Santa Claus.
Well, it's not funny.
Listen here. The humerus is the long bone in the upper arm that runs from
your
elbow to your shoulder. You said it was right here.
This is your ulna. What the fuck is
you
this
said
one?
it was
Hold
there.
Hold on. This is
How
your
did you
ulna.
feel when I
Hold on! Rest in peace, headphone users. This is your ulna. I do know that. What the fuck's the other one?
Hold on. Can we just say that you were like, this is it? And I said, bitch, no, it's the fuck not.
You said it was in your leg, so I was at least closer than you were.
The leg one is the femur.
Thank you. Tibia,
Right.
fibia, and femur. Libya?
Labia?
Not the labia. That's higher. Welcome to our anatomy lesson.
You're so welcome.
Fuck Santa Claus.
I know there's 206 bones in the body, though.
Yep.
I didn't have to Google that one. All right. Bones in arm.
Ulna, humerus.
Radius.
Radius, thank you. Because it's the one that connects to your wrist that turns when you do this.
The forearm bone that runs from the elbow to the thumb side of the wrist.
Correct. This one.
That's hilarious.
This is the radius. This is the ulna.
Yeah, radius, ulna, and humerus.
I know the ulna because it creates the U that connects to your humerus. That's where your joint is.
The radius, that's the humerus?
Whatever.
Okay, well, I hit my fucking radius, all right, bitch?
No, you hit your fucking humerus. And
Don't tell me where I
hit. It's the humeratic nerve. That's why it's called the funny bone. Except it's not funny.
Are you okay?
Anyway.
Are you okay?
No.
Are you mad because I Googled it and told you you were wrong?
I was closer than you were. Miss, it's in your leg.
You know what's funny?
Not you.
Not hitting my elbow, that's for damn sure. No, I was gonna say, you know what's funny?
What?
What's in your eye? What's the hair? Oh my god. I was looking at you.
Welcome to the Unhinged episode
It's those 2 Sprites I had.
with no caffeine.
I'm gonna pee my pants. 2 things. First one, when I was looking at you, you looked like you had like a line or like a hair in between your upper and lower eyelashes.
Okay.
Kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Sorry.
And I was like, what the fuck is that? And then I was like, can you see? Because like I can see that.
I can see
is it
you.
blurry?
Can you see? Anyway, what's funny?
I was gonna say, it's funny because this is exactly how we are when we're not filming.
Correct.
So like,
You're welcome.
This is a little taste of. Whew. To be honest with you, I totally
It's
forgot.
a taste of who.
To be honest with you, I totally forgot that we were filming. 100%. Like I was just sitting here with lights on me.
I'm the star of the show,
I'm the
bitch.
star of the show. I'm like half of the show. You're half.
Quite
of the show.
literally half.
I'm half of the show. Together we make a whole.
Is that how that works?
Yeah. Did you also know the humerus is from your elbow to your shoulder?
Got it. Will you please let Mitchell know when he gets
I
home?
definitely will. I'll
He
tell
has
him.
to restudy anatomy because it's elbow to the
your
shoulder.
Okay. Back on to Sandy Claus.
Anyway.
Whew. Who knew this episode could turn so quickly?
Very quickly.
Ho 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 ho. I can't. This is too much. Oh my god.
I will start this sentence and make it through at some point.
Nah.
Charles.
Charlie.
Charles W. Howard played Santa Claus in department stores and parades.
Ooh, like Macy?
Yep. In 1937, he skedablished
Skedablished!
the Charles W. Howard Santa School, which is the oldest continuously running school of this kind.
Ooh. Skedablished.
Established.
I know. You're referencing an old...
I am.
I'm picking up what you're dropping. I'm smelling what you're stepping in.
Hopefully it's not too bad. In the early 20th century...
Not as bad as your Taco Bell farts.
Facts.
I'm pretty sure everyone's fucking farts after Taco Bell is rough.
You also don't want to trust them.
That's true.
I don't know from experience, but don't trust them.
Oh, you don't know if it's going to be liquid or not.
I never trust them, so I don't have to worry about accidentally not trusting them. Anyway, in the early 20th century, Santa started to be thought of as making his own toys in a small workshop by hand. Later on, the idea was that he had a bunch of elves that were the ones responsible for making all the toys. Other modern additions, including Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, being named as the 9th and lead reindeer in 1930.
Did you just say 9th and laid?
Lead.
Oh.
And laid reindeer.
Hey.
In 1939 by Robert L. May and made into a song in 1949 by Gene Autry.
Kind of like Aubrey, but
try.
try.
Some traditions,
Now you sound like me.
traditions from around the world. In the United States and Canada, children leave out milk and cookies for Santa. In Britain, Australia, and New Zealand, sherry or beer and mince pies are left. In Denmark,
Sherry?
I assume it's some kind of liquor or wine or beverage. I don't know. Google it. In Denmark, Norway, and Sweden, it's common to leave rice porridge with sugar and cinnamon. In Ireland, it's common to leave Guinness or milk along with Christmas pudding or mince pies.
It's a fortified Yeah, fortified wine.
I said wine.
Made from white grapes.
There you go. So the first actor to be identified as playing Santa Claus in a film was Leadham Bantock in the 1912 movie Santa Claus.
1912?
Since then, many movies have featured Santa Claus as a protagonist. Some of these movies include Miracle on 34th Street, The Santa Claus, and Elf.
That's too close to Nightmare on Elm Street.
Correct.
It's a little...
In many cartoons, Santa has been voiced by several different people, including Mickey Rooney, Jim Cummings, Mel Smith, Ricky Tomlinson, Jim... Is it
Belushi.
And Alec Baldwin.
Ooh, I know that name.
During an interview, Jonathan Meath, a TV producer and director who also has a career as a professional Santa Claus, stated, Santa is really the only cultural icon we have who's male, does not carry a gun, and is all about peace, joy, and giving and caring for other people. That's part of the magic for me, especially in a culture where we've become so commercialized and hooked into manufactured icons. Santa is much more of a organic, integral, connected to the past, and therefore connected to the future.
I love it.
Me too.
Santa Claus.
So make sure you believe.
I do believe in fairies.
I do. All right, well,
That was fun.
welcome to a very unhinged episode. It's been organic.
Very authentic. Let's just
Very.
say that.
It's been very ultra native.
Listen here, motherfucker.
We will see you next week for
Yes.
our very, very, very special Christmas episode.
Wait until
I
you see
am
it.
so excited. We have
I'm
a very
excited.
special guest.
Yes. And that week there will be no audio. It's
Correct.
video only on YouTube.
So make sure you please check in.
Yes. If you are podcast listeners and you don't like to watch YouTube or whatever, go check it out.
It'll be worth it.
You will not be disappointed.
It'll be worth it.
Yes.
All right.
Until
With
then.
that being said, Merry Christmas.
Ho
Ho, ho, ho.
ha ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho.
And goodbye.
Bye. I was gonna say good boy.
Good boy.